the launch of Disney Plus, and the debut of The Mandalorian. Welcome, marketing chefs. I've got something truly special cooking in the Omni-Channel oven today. The launch of Disney Plus streaming service and the debut of The Mandalorian. And guess what I'm going to say? Up next in the Marketing Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen, the Marketing Kitchen. Hi, I'm Ron VINING, your host of Marketing Kitchen TV. I'm recording this episode live. That means you're going to get all of my bloopers. I have not recorded an episode here in the Marketing Kitchen in over 5 weeks. And why is that? Well, I've been busy. While the Disney company and Lucasfilm and everyone over at Marvel Entertainment and Pixar and Disney Animation have been quite busy launching Disney Plus, and of course the TV series that you're here to hear me talk about today, which is The Mandalorian, I've been busy working on an entertainment platform called AppFlicks. And what that is it's your entertainment app guide to the best of streaming media. And what I'll be doing in the app are several things, just quick plug right here. The app will launch next week, but there's going to be a news feature talking about all things streaming. I'm going to talk about ways that you can bundle streaming services, ways that you can cut the cord from your traditional cable to be able to go to streaming. Make sure you don't miss out on your favorite shows. So it'll be about news, it'll be guides related to that. One fun feature will also be your reviews. And I've set up creating anyway, this is not finished yet, that's why the site's not up yet, a whole review function, a new way of looking at or reviewing media. And it's going to be all about you, not my opinions, not critics' opinions, it's about your opinions. And another piece of the app is going to be your chance to become a filmmaker and be able to take master classes that will show you the filmmaking process and teach you, or guide you anyway, or maybe you don't need any guidance and you just want to upload your videos there, but a platform for you to share your films. We will actually pitch some of your films to the studios. I'm excited to be able to bring it to you. I've been working in the entertainment industry off and on. I've been representing some of the best tech companies on the planet over the course of my career. And I'm really just sort of taking all of my knowledge and experience, or lack of experience here on YouTube, and putting it all into this new platform. So anyway, but you're not here to listen to me talk about that. You want to hear me talk about Disney Plus. All right, today I logged into Disney Plus right when the app became available. I am amazed at how much content is on that app. You've got the Disney silo of all of their back catalog of their films. You've got the Star Wars silo, and there's a lot of Star Wars content. You'd be surprised what's on there. I won't reveal it all to you. Well, we'll be talking about detailed reviews on AppFlicks in the weeks to come, but there's some really good content there. Same goes for Marvel as well as for Pixar. And then, of course, there's the Nat Geo silo that's there. I was also surprised, I saw Simpsons is on there, and also Avatar. So there's a lot of, there's just so much content. I didn't have a chance to be able to go through it all. But I will, and we'll be talking about it on AppFlicks in the weeks to come. What I first did, though, after I turned on the app and just sort of quickly swiped to see what was around, I tapped on The Mandalorian. And that's why you're here today, to hear me talk about The Mandalorian. And I figured I would really geek out right now, and so I'm sharing with you. I have my UCS Lego Star Wars Slave 1. I have the ATST Raider, which is a 2019 Mandalorian set. It's, in fact, the only Mandalorian set we have. There's going to be some more. And with the second season of The Mandalorian being greenlit already, certainly will be more Lego Star Wars Mandalorian sets. And then here are one of my, I call them my story boxes, but this is all of the minifigures related to Mandalorian culture. and it includes a number of very rare Lego Star Wars figures. But Jango Fett, Boba Fett are there. The new Mandalorian figure is here, and then figures from the Clone Wars and from Star Wars Rebels, as well as going back to all of the trilogies, because Jango Fett was the original template for the Clone Troopers, and then from Clone Troopers they evolved into Stormtrooper and then the First Order Troopers. Anyway, there's my collection. I just thought I would nerd out and share that with you there, because I'm quite excited. All right, let me quickly share with you about The Mandalorian. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, and why is that? Because Disney Plus is not available worldwide. And some people might just not have had the time, or they don't have the money to subscribe to Disney Plus yet. So I don't want to give away any spoilers, because when you watch it, I want you to be able to see it fresh. I'm sure, well, some other people are going to spoil it for you probably, but it won't be, you won't have that happen here. All right, the episode opens up, again, non-spoilers, just going to talk generic things here. The episode opens up with the Mandalorian, and he looks fantastic. His ship is fantastic. The special effects are fantastic. Can I say that word a few more times to express my love for the show? Now, as you know, I live in Singapore, or as you might know, and I just want to give a shout out to the Lucasfilm, the Industrial Light and Magic team that is here in Singapore. Many of them worked on the special effects for The Mandalorian, and they did a fantastic job. There's a ton of people that worked on it. I know a couple of them, and so I'm not going to call you out on the episode, but you know who you are, and I just want to say thank you for what you've done, because it was a great job. All right, special effects are fantastic. Now, this is a story by Jon Favreau, and if you don't know who Jon Favreau is, well, he was the chef. He is Happy Hogan in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is the director of Iron Man, the director of Jungle Book, and The Lion King. So he's got his chops, both as an actor, as well as a director, and as a producer and storyteller. And in fact, he does voice acting work as well. He was Rio in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and he was this character here from the Clone Wars, which is pre-Vizsla. So he loves Mandalorian culture. But in addition to that, the director of this episode was Dave Filoni. And if you don't know who Dave Filoni is, he was a Padawan of the Supreme Jedi Master himself, George Lucas. Dave Filoni worked on the Clone Wars. So that was his show. And he also brought us Star Wars Rebels, executive produced on Resistance, and is doing another, I believe, another animated show for Disney as well too, which I'm sure will be on Disney Plus. But this was his directorial debut in a live action series. And what I want to say about it's not a criticism, but just being objective, the episode felt a lot like a cartoon. And that's no cut on Dave Filoni, no cut on the episode at all. I liked the episode moved quickly. It didn't waste time. And cartoons often don't do that. A lot of narrative storytelling has a lot of filler in it. This episode didn't do it. We moved from scene to scene, character to character quite quickly. But a universe was established. And speaking about the universe very quickly, the tone, the feel, I felt like it was 1984. And why do I say 1984? Well, because in 1983 we had Return of the Jedi, and I watched it in the theater. Yeah, I'm old. I watched the original Star Wars in 1977 in the theater as well too. Shh, don't tell. But it felt like 1984. It felt like I saw Return of the Jedi in 1983, and I was waiting for that next big thing. And then I turned on my TV set, and rather than see the holiday special, which is referenced in this series, by the way, rather than see the holiday special, I saw The Mandalorian. It really just picked up right where Return of the Jedi left off, I felt anyway. It's a lawless time. The Empire has been defeated, as you know. The New Republic, the Rebel Alliance, becoming the New Republic, they haven't had a chance, I guess, to establish law and order in the galaxy. And I mean, for better or worse, whether you like the Empire or not, they were a force in the galaxy for law and order, if you will. And with them gone, there's a huge vacuum. And that's where we're at with The Mandalorian. Now, I have read articles that have said that the Mandalorian TV series is going to begin to explore the origins of the First Order, which, as you might know, is the new version of the Empire in The Force Awakens. And if you watch the awesome cartoon Star Wars Resistance, so the animated, I don't want to call it a cartoon, the animated series, and I want to give a shout out to Brandon, who is the executive producer of that series. That gives the origins of that. So I'm assuming The Mandalorian is going to take us to, say, or close to anyway, where Star Wars Resistance picks up, talking to us about sort of the formation of the First Order. Anyway, getting off track. The episode has some fantastic visuals. The landscapes are great. The outer space sequences are fabulous. We have some character development. I like there's a gamification or sort of an upskill aspect to it. Not to do any, again, I want to avoid any spoilers, but I have a feeling that the Mandalorian is going to be upgrading his armor in each episode. And for any of you that play any type of sort of RPG games, one of the cool aspects of that is you go on a mission, you earn credits, you have the ability then to upscale. And I don't know, I somehow I have a hint that we might see something like that in the episode, which I think is really cool storytelling, especially for a new generation of viewers. The story wasn't deep, but this was a pilot. I'm assuming that the storytelling is going to get deeper as we get into the episode. We saw what I believe to be an Ugnaught, was voiced by Nick Nolte, and I really enjoyed that character. Pedro Pascal from Game of Thrones is the Mandalorian. We don't see some of the characters that we've seen in the trailer. Gina is not present in this particular episode. We don't see the ATST Raider in this episode, which we saw in the trailer. I'm sure there's more to come. We do see a number of Weequay. We see a lot of practical effects, see a lot of practical characters in addition to the CGI. And so there's a great blend. Again, this feels like Return of the Jedi. It really does, in the best ways. And I'm quite excited about that. George Lucas, of course, as you might have seen on, not leaks, but stories online, was on set. He did sort of informally consult or give his blessing to the series, whatever it might be. But he was there. Again, the director of this episode was Dave Filoni, a Padawan of George Lucas himself. So there's that touch in there. There's an IG assassin droid. It's not IG-88, but he goes crazy. You've seen that in the trailer. You see that in this episode, and I really enjoyed that character a lot. I enjoyed seeing a live-action version of it, and it was quite stunning. There is a shocker, if you will, and that was talked about in the media. I don't believe it was the massive reveal that, well, I don't know, I had read that there was going to be this massive leak reveal story explosion that was going to rock the galaxy. That didn't happen, but the episode was fantastic at about the 47 minutes that it was. It went by fast. Episode 2 is going to be on Friday, so I cannot wait to tune in to see that. Without giving away spoilers, there's not much more that I can say. For those of you that live around the world and you haven't had a chance to see The Mandalorian yet, there are ways to access that legally, and that would be by getting a Disney Plus subscription and finding, a compatible VPN. I'm sure Disney is going to be finding ways to try to stop that, but they really shouldn't, because why? Because there are a lot of Star Wars fans around the globe who don't want to wait for this. I understand why Disney Plus is not rolling out right away, and for those of you that don't know, the reason why is because there are licensing agreements around the globe. So for example, your local cable provider or a local streaming service has licensing agreements for Marvel content, Star Wars content, Disney and Pixar content. And because of that, if Disney Plus were to launch in those markets, they'd have to take those titles away from the Disney Plus platform. So I believe Disney Plus will roll out around the world as those licensing agreements expire. So for example, Netflix is running The Last Jedi right now. And for that reason, The Last Jedi is not present on Disney Plus. So, you know, there's some tricky aspects about that. Just like the Marvel TV series that are on Netflix are not on Disney Plus. And so just something to be aware of. And so I don't feel that utilizing a VPN, I mean, so there's two ways that you can go about this. You could certainly circumvent and find a way to download an episode, and you know, that's stealing somebody's hard work, and I wouldn't advise that. But if you get a Disney Plus subscription and perhaps you find a virtual private network to be able to watch that, then you are then at least rewarding those content providers, in my opinion anyway. And it's not like you're not having that local cable channel or that local streaming service also. So you're just dividing the money up. And you're giving the VPN service money too, right? So anyway, I'm all about it. I used to be in the entertainment business and music in particular, and I would hate when I would see pirated copies of the albums that I had produced online, or see demo copies of it on eBay before it had even released in store shelves yet. So I you know, in the film industry, if you think a lot of money goes into a record, a lot more money goes into a film, into a TV series. And these episodes, by the way, are about $1 million a piece, and that's just for The Mandalorian. There will be other titles launching on Disney Plus in the months and years to come as well too. I'm excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's coming, a Cassian Andor series, and of course the whole slate of Marvel. There's so much more to talk about. I don't have time to do that, but I will have time to talk about that on my AppFlicks network, which will be coming out in about a week or so. So I look forward to having you join me on AppFlicks once that platform launches. But I really do appreciate you joining me here on Marketing Kitchen TV. This is a live episode, meaning that there's no editing going on. So hopefully I did a decent job. And I'm going to start doing a lot more of these so that I don't have 5 weeks go by in between posting. Between consulting, trying to get AppFlicks together, and then also, as you know, I'm an adjunct professor. It's been a heavy lift the past few weeks. So, but I hope to be getting more content on this channel as often as I can, as well as putting a unique and original content on my AppFlicks platform as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's always fresh content simmering on our storytelling stovetop. So whatever happens in this kitchen shouldn't stay in this marketing kitchen. I'm Ron Vining, your host, reminding you to invite your family and friends to the next episode of Marketing Kitchen TV.